Hey, it's CVV, Chris Van Vliet, and you have to check out the fastest rising podcast in all of professional wrestling. I'm talking about the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. If you're looking for pay-per-view predictions, if you're looking for pay-per-view reviews, if you're looking for interviews, check out the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. Crash and Burn!
Welcome to the fastest wrestling podcast in pro wrestling, the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast, where we're going to have a look at the releases that happened on Thursday, April 15th, 2021. Well, that was a rough day for the wrestling world. So
yeah, basically.
So the releases that happened were Mojo Rawley, Samoa Joe, Billy Kay, Mickie James, Chelsea Green, the Iconics, Tucker, Kalisto, Bo Dallas, and Wesley Blake. So, yeah. So basically for this recording, we're going to have a look at the releases and predict their futures. So, it's going to be a quick recording. It probably won't be long, so at least we're getting this out of the way. So, I'm Jason, and along with Nicholas.
Hello. We're going to be discussing basically Black Wednesday Part 2, except it's Thursday this time, so... Yeah, hopefully this doesn't become a seasonal thing, but considering that it's happened mostly around this time for like the last few years, I doubt it's really going to be any different. So, yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, so spring cleaning is what we're going to call it.
Yeah,
so basically it's due to budget cuts due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, Lucas, come on in.
Yes, it is myself. This is Okay, I just heard some yelling. I don't know y'all heard.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. Somebody's clearly upset about all this. We gotta get their opinion as well.
Hold on. Dad, you okay? Good talk.
All right.
Anyways, yes, I'm here on this episode. A sad day for us wrestling fans. You know, this is like, you get a release. You get a release. You get a release.
Yes.
Everybody gets a release.
He gives them a call and say goodbye.
Yeah.
It's basically like, I don't know what that show called, but it's like, you get a release. You get a release.
Yeah.
And you get a release.
Yeah. Except.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it happened on the same day, like as the 2020 spring cleaning.
Yeah, which is like, that's just bad taste. Absolutely bad taste.
So April 15th is a curse day for pro wrestling.
Basically.
So yeah, if I have everybody here, so the releases were Samoa Joe, the Iconics, Mickie James, Chelsea Green, Kalisto, Tucker, Mojo Rawley, Bo Dallas, and Wesley Blake.
Yeah. Like,
so I have everybody.
Yeah, like I saw a few of them coming for sure, because it was clear that they had nothing to do with them. But like, there were definitely some that did shock me. I'll admit, and yeah, I'll definitely be interested to talk about that.
So yeah, we'll start with this. What was the most shocking?
Samoa
Joe,
without a doubt. That was just out of nowhere for me, because it looked
that
like
came out of nowhere.
He looked like he was really comfortable with commentary. Obviously, I guarantee that most wrestling fans wanted to see him wrestle, but I mean, I feel he did really well with commentary. I mean, like
he was a really good addition to the Raw announce team.
Yeah, like he kind of fit in there like Macho Man when.
He's been there for like almost a year on commentary.
Yeah, and like it was a really good spot for him. Honestly, again, love to see him wrestle some more, but you know, he had injuries, and I think that was kind of the bad part about his whole main roster run, is that, you know, he just kept getting injured, which was very unfortunate, of course.
Yeah, I mean that's the main roster.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the NXT run, but still,
he had his run on SmackDown too.
He would have absolutely killed it as a world champion, I feel like.
Yeah, he was never a world champion there.
Yeah, I mean, he was NXT champion twice. He was the first one to do that, which, I mean, that's cool. But like he could have done more. That's kind of how I'm looking at it, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from here because I mean I don't know if the injuries that he's sustained that kept him out of action are still like affecting him in any way. If that's going to keep him out of action besides the 90-day no compete clause that they already have. So I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for Samoa Joe, whether that's staying in commentary or if he just goes out to wrestle for another company, which I don't know. Maybe he'll go back to Ring of Honor or something like that.
Maybe.
Who knows?
But do you remember like that little segment where he and MJF like acted as a security guard?
Yes,
back
I
then?
do.
Yes, that was a good memory.
Oh,
So like I won't mind if he goes to AEW. I'm not gonna be that person to say, oh, go to AEW, go to AEW. I'm not gonna be that person, but it will be cool though, if they want to have like a storyline there.
I wouldn't mind. I would like to see him. I honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't. It's not that I don't see him in AEW. It's just I don't know. I feel like I'd like to see him like maybe go to New Japan. Like,
Maybe.
I would love to see Samoa Joe in New Japan. I think he'd absolutely kill it over there.
Yeah.
But there's so many companies that are currently doing a lot of stuff right now. Impact. I mean, maybe we could go back to Impact and maybe have them do
That's what I was thinking
AEW
as
like
well.
that. Yeah, but like, I think that's the thing. There's so many options now. It's not just WWE or AEW.
Not just those two.
No, there's so
No.
many other options out there for him and for
Exactly.
all these people.
Exactly. Like anywhere else he can succeed at.
It's like it could very well be like a Deonna Purrazzo or a Leo Rush situation where these people start doing some of their best work outside of WWE and whatever. And I feel like all these releases, whatever, show a really big problem with the company that they hoard
especially the budget cuts.
Yeah, but
due to COVID.
They hoard a lot of the talent or whatever. But the expense they pay is that none of them really get to do much. And so it's like no wonder they're going to be doing some better stuff out there because they're going to smaller rosters and they're able to get more like TV time. They're able to get more attention put on them. I mean, Samoa Joe. I mean, I think everybody already knows how good of a wrestler he is, honestly. So it's not like he hasn't already done some good stuff already. He could very well go into like a Paul White type situation where he goes and starts doing commentary or whatever because he's shown he's really good at that. And if these injuries do keep him out of action, he at least has that to go to, and he's not just out of work. Like I think that's the situation. That's the unique situation for him in that regard.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Lucas, go ahead.
So what are you talking about?
We're talking about like Samoa Joe.
All right, Samoa Joe. Okay, so I was very shocked. I'm really sorry about. So basically, I was at school when this happened. So that was the funny thing was I was at school when this shit happens, and I looked at releases like they released so many people. I'm like, and I looked there. I was about to go to GameStop, and I looked, and I was like, Samoa Joe got released. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This man was in a thunderstorm for y'all. What a duet for y'all WrestleMania.
He had to wear a poncho for you on live TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, he wore a poncho with Michael Cole on live TV.
Exactly. Like, and you treat him just like that. Like, that is definitely not what Samoa Joe needed. But honestly, it could be a blessing in disguise because there's some reports and all this stuff out there that he wasn't made clear for WWE in the first place when he got injured again by a concussion with that commercial or whatever that he got.
God, yeah.
I mean, honestly, concussions don't last that long unless it's like a very severe concussion that you got.
Yeah, like we saw that with Daniel Bryan and whatever, where like these things kept adding up and adding up and adding up, and eventually, it caused a retirement. I mean, they're very serious with the whole concussion thing.
Yeah,
after
I mean,
you know who, and so I completely I kind of understand where they're coming from with this, but like
yeah, I can understand that too. But honestly, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. Like concussions don't really like last that long. Like if it's like a minor or like a, like a mild concussion or anything like that, it doesn't really last that long. So
I guess
honestly, he could have like honestly returned or anything like that, a Mania or whatever like that, 36 or anything like that. But it is what it is for Samoa Joe. Samoa did the regular commentary. He did regular commentary around that time, and he did his thing.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt in Samoa Joe's mind he's a great wrestler. He's on it. There's a comparison that I compared to like a heavyweight like Lokai or whatever like that. Like I can definitely see that because Mojo's a good striker. He has a little bit athleticism. He's a little bit submission and like he's technical.
Yeah,
Mojo's a really good technical wrestler in my opinion.
Yeah,
like he knows how to play a technical match like with anybody. So I would like to see him like honestly go back to Impact or New Japan because I feel like that'd be more his style and things like that. Because I don't see him honestly in AEW mainstream. Even though it would be cool to see him like that, I just honestly don't see it. Because like there's a thing that honestly like a bunch of other people go to AEW for some reason. I don't want to see the same thing with Samoa Joe. I feel like that's honestly a syndrome that's going on. But yeah, I mean, I honestly will not be surprised if Samoa Joe like wrestles again. You know, he does his own thing. Like I wanted to go back to that fucking monster he was in TNA, and when he had the X Division Championship, the Impact World Championship, when he had pretty good matches like he had with AJ and Christopher Daniels or Kurt Angle.
I mean, yeah. Like, I totally wish for good things with him. Like, I've absolutely loved his work for years. I mean, some of my favorite matches have him versus Kobashi, him versus AJ Styles and Daniels, Joe versus Balor. All of his matches in NXT were absolutely brilliant. Like, I mean, he's been like on my family's radar for years. Like, he actually worked as a sort of sports reporter with my dad when he was doing the Scoops wrestling thing online. He was actually working with him, and so like the guy has definitely proven that he very much has a mind for the business, and I really think that out of everybody that's been affected by this, that I think Samoa Joe is the most prepared. I feel like that he can just really go somewhere else, and he's absolutely going to kill it. So like, I'm not really going to worry for Joe because he's absolutely amazing. Like,
he's incredible.
I doubt he's going to be out of work for long. With a man of his talent, it's impossible for that to be the case, really.
It could be the same thing with Jon Moxley. So
yeah, like it's like with a lot of these people who have been released over the years or whatever, like Moxley, like Huber, Brody Lee, like they do a lot of their best work outside of like WWE and whatever. And that's not to say that WWE doesn't do some good stuff. Like they absolutely, when they need to, they absolutely pull off some really good stuff. But it's like it really depends, honestly. Like I feel like Moxley really wasn't made for the WWE sort of landscape. I feel like I think like AEW really accommodates him very well in the way that he's allowed to sort of be this rough edge CZW type guy or whatever. Basically, they're Stone Cold, and I feel like it's a really good role for him, and he's really molded into that. And I think that's what a lot of these wrestlers are really looking for. I think that's something that I think a lot of people could potentially find, really. And it's not like we've just seen it with Moxley and Brody Lee. Like we've seen that with a lot of other guys that have been released over the years. Like Bobby Lashley, he went and became a monster in Impact, and then came back and became the world champion in WWE. Like it's like it helps. It really helps sometimes.
And maybe people can like come back. Maybe like Drew McIntyre when he got released.
Exactly.
And he became like a monster in Impact and out of basically out of the country or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And then he comes back to WWE and just becomes like a total like even in 2020.
A total badass.
It's less of like an actual just being released out there forever. It's almost like an excursion to like sort of find your way and improve yourself and basically learn a lot more about the business and about what you are able to do the best, and you can come back and become absolutely phenomenal. And
so maybe some of the people like affected by this can come back.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that might. I think for quite a few people that could definitely happen.
Like for example, like some people might only be furloughed.
Yeah, like I mean, we didn't. Unfortunately, like that only happened like with one case last time, Drake Maverick. But we're still debating whether or not that was even kayfabe or not. Which is, that's a
Yeah,
whole
because
other.
like I think he released a video of him like being like bummed out about this. I remember that.
Yeah, like that was like he was sort of the face of that whole thing.
Mm.
And then they just immediately give him a contract again, and now people are questioning whether it was just real or not. And if it wasn't real, and he literally just made that, they literally just did all of that just to take advantage of that situation, that's kind of disgusting. I feel like, but it's like it's a lot of unique stuff that can come for a lot of people, and it really depends on it really just depends. I feel like.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about the Iconics.
Oh, oh Lord. All right.
Okay.
So Lucas, like, you want to go ahead and share your feelings about
Yeah,
this?
yeah, I'll go. Okay, so first of all, what the fuck? All I gotta say is, what the fuck was that? Like, why gotta we somebody like Billy Kay, for example? She was like honestly getting over with the fans and anything. She was like getting over, with Mela and Julian Hall, or even some of the other side that she was been in, for example. Like trying to find a way into that. She's getting over with that, honestly. She did honestly her best work outside the comics. Besides, well, actually, she's actually better than Peyton, in my opinion. But that's another story. But Peyton, I was not honestly shocked, but I got a feeling it's gonna happen because they didn't use it that much, honestly. So I got a feeling that was going to happen. So I really think both of them personally. I think honestly, okay, if anybody's going to AEW, I think they're both icons should go there. That's what I think personally. I think the women's division.
Mostly like
Oh,
probably like reunite them.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think both in AEW. I reason why I say that because honestly, I think the women's division in AEW honestly kind of need that. Or you put both of them solo, like and
Yeah, so I would like to see them go there as well.
yeah,
I
because the reason
I
why
won't mind them.
I say that is because I think the women's division needs that.
mm,
Because it is what it is improving, and to improve more, you need more signings and anything like that. And I think both of them personally can be a good signing. I mean, you can have one, and then you have one go the other, or whatever like that. You can do that as well. So that's what I think personally. I just want to see if I can fit in there, or whatever like that. But it's shocking because I feel like Bailey was getting like about to get over, and then just like that, he got released. Payne was just. I feel like Payne should be a little bit used better after the Iconics. Maybe just do her own thing as a Venus flytrap or anything like
I,
that.
I
So
mean, like
yeah,
Payne's whole booking after they broke up the entire fact that the team was kind of baffling to me. Like you have her, it's like immediately afterwards. This is how to fight off. I don't recall. I think that was what happened. She lost. And then she got into a team with Lacey Evans for like 10 seconds. And then Evans went off with Ric Flair. Then she got pregnant, and like that was just a really weird time for the women's division.
yeah, it was a weird time for love of God.
That was a mind-boggling. But yeah, like I won't be surprised
We
they
can't hear you that well.
oh,
If it's just
so,
me.
hello, can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
you're all good.
Okay, sorry about that. Like I won't be surprised if they do reunite. Back when wherever they go. Like I've seen with like Big Cass and Enzo and Connor and Victor and whatever. Like I definitely won't be surprised if they do that. And I do agree with you. Like that, them going to AEW, they could definitely use that. Like I feel like they could use like a heel duo for their women's division. I think that would absolutely be really good for them. Like and maybe we could have another like women's tag team tournament or whatever because that was really good. I really enjoyed that. Honestly, that was a really great way to sort of highlight the women in the company. And well, we've had the whole Evilise situation with them, and still, that's still like being figured out at this point. I don't think there's really anything that's really concrete at the moment, but uh, yeah, they could definitely use people like the Iconics there, or they could go to well, I mean, I don't know. Is there anything really happening with Ring of Honor in their women's division, or is that
With Ring of Honor, I don't keep up with Ring of Honor, so I don't know.
we got I mean, they just had a really big pay per view. I'm pretty sure they had 19th anniversary, and I think Maria Kanellis went over there and made a big announcement regarding their division or whatever. But I do think that AEW would be a really good fit for them. I think they could go over there because they are a different kind of heel from someone like Britt Baker or whatever. They have the capability to stand out. Like there's not really anybody in AEW that's quite like them. I feel like. So yeah, I think they could definitely do some really good stuff over there. But yeah, I feel like it's really unfortunate that they sort of fell in the shuffle with the WWE or whatever. Um, they did have their moment at Mania. They did get that, but yeah, just the women's tag division it hasn't really been up to par with what I feel like tag team wrestling should be, and they should have been. I feel like they and Sasha Banks and Bailey and all those teams who were in the Elimination Chamber. They should have been. I feel like they should have been the cornerstones of the division, and they broke up basically every single one. And yeah, it's I don't know. Uh, I feel like they need to do some work when it comes to the women's tag team division, and yeah, I'm wondering. I'm wondering what they're gonna do next. But yeah, I definitely wish the Iconics well because they're
I definitely wish them the
absolutely,
best too.
yeah, they are absolutely phenomenal, and I think they're gonna do really well wherever they go.
Yeah, so want to talk about Mickey James?
Well, all right, yeah, let's talk about Mickey James. Let's talk
Yeah,
about him.
so go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, this is another baffling case for me because you brought her in to have her immediately basically face Oscar, which I mean, you could have easily just turned that into sort of a NXT Takeover Toronto flashback sort of storyline because you haven't really been doing much with Oscar. You haven't been doing much with her ever since her whole thing with Zelina Vega and with Bailey and Sasha Banks and whatever. You didn't really do much with her. And I felt like that would have been a really great way to sort of build up Oscar's brain as to how
Like
the girl
her last time on television was like Takeover Stand delivered pre-show matches. She
Yeah,
called the pre-show matches with Vic Joseph.
yeah, and she did some really good stuff. Like the match with Asuka those years back at Takeover Toronto, that was excellent. The match she had, like, she's Mickey James is such a great talent, honestly. Um,
She's even a legend too.
yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, she's a legend. But yeah, I feel like she would have been a great piece to help with the division and whatever. Just continue to serve as someone backstage to help teach a lot of them sort of the ins and outs of just the ring and the business. And
You like basically be a mentor.
yeah, that's always a great person to have, really, and that's why you have people like Paul White and Jim Ross over in AEW that they serve as sort of a way to help the young guys,
Yeah,
the young
yeah.
women. Um,
And Michael Cole with the new announcers too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, that one kind of baffled me. I feel like it's like because she's such a good talent, honestly, for you to have back there. So if you weren't gonna have her wrestle, you could have at least done something like make her a manager and have her help advance someone's career. Maybe have her go along with maybe have her go along with Lacey Evans or something like that. Like help mentor one of them. And She definitely could have done more. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what she does now. Whether if she's gonna stay away from the company for long, or if she's gonna come back. Like I don't know, maybe she'll go back to Impact. That could very well be a possibility. I mean, they just had
Oh.
Jazz. They just had
Ooh,
Jazz
yeah.
retire, so they're definitely looking for more like women over there, and they could definitely have her. Maybe she'll go to AEW? Question mark. I
No,
don't.
I don't see it.
Yeah, like I don't see that. I don't see that. I could definitely see her going back to Impact though. That would definitely be, I think, a next step probably. But yeah, like I definitely can see her doing some stuff outside WWE, without a doubt.
Yeah. So Lucas, go ahead.
Honestly, not surprised here, to be honest. I got a feeling they're going to lose Mickey James as well. Again, they should have used her better, in my opinion. Like, they honestly should have used her better and just, like, make her, like, honestly, maybe make her a champion for a little bit. I would have done. And they wasted Mickey James ever since she came back, honestly. When she came back in 2016 and 2017, they honestly wasted the hell out of her, to be honest. Like, she honestly deserved better. Like, honestly, she could have stayed in Impact or whatever like that. She was, like, rising and just doing her thing in TNA or whatever like that. I would say, honestly, go back to Impact and just do your thing in Impact again and be a beast and, put over, like, Perazzo and put over maybe Rosemary or anything like that. Do something like that to elevate their careers that honestly kind of need it right now.
Yeah.
And I agree with Nick here because, honestly, like, Jazz just retired or anything like that. And, Impact and look for more women because you just can't stay with the same roster. You always got to make more changes. That's the same. That's the thing for, like, any roster or for any promotion. You need to have, like, different changes to anything.
Yeah, you gotta build. You gotta bring in some people to help build intrigue around them and to sort of secure the future for the company or whatever. Like
Exactly.
that's the goal there.
Exactly. And honestly, like, her first one was fine. I think her second one and WWE was not the best. So I would say personally, like, either go to Impact or just honestly be retired or whatever. I feel like she has accomplished a lot for any promotion.
I think she said it herself that like it's not up to other people to determine when she retires. Now, like she's made it clear that like if she wants to keep going, she will keep going.
Yeah,
And,
I do agree with that. But again, if you have so much to accomplish, like, what's the point of going for more?
Well,
So,
I mean, like it's something that like a lot of like legends say, and a lot of people have come back to the business have said that like sometimes like the bug never really leaves you. That like you can come back for like one more match, and all of a sudden you've got it all back again, and like if I'm not like if it's the case where like continuing to wrestle is going to like really hurt you badly and it's going to cause you actual harm, then yeah, no, it wouldn't be worth it in that case. But like I think Mickey James definitely still has a lot more to offer if she believes that
yes,
she still
I do.
can.
That's like the last option I'm thinking of. That's the last option if nothing works out. So that's not
Yeah, obviously it's all up to them, and it's also all up to their bodies. If like something horrible happens, then like and you can't really do anything about it, then
Yeah.
unfortunately, then that would have to be the case.
Mm-hmm. They're good at that.
Oh, all right, yeah, gotcha. Like, yeah, Mickey James, I won't mind to like see her go somewhere else, like where she can like actually shine as a superstar, or
Mm-hmm.
and not only do like other stuff like commentary. So yeah, like I don't really mind really. How about Chelsea Green?
That one, yeah, I would say that was the second most shocking one for me was Chelsea Green. Like that one came out of nowhere. Like she's just about to return, right? She was like
Yeah, she's been out.
she was just getting healed up from her broken wrist or whatever.
And she gets
And
that call saying that she's been released.
yeah, that's that one. Yeah, that one I don't get that one. I mean, like she didn't really have. I'm not gonna say she had a bad. I don't think she had a good run or a bad run. It was just she had a run with the company. Like she did her whole thing with the Robert Stone brand and all that, and that was really entertaining. And it allowed someone like Aaliyah and all of them to
Yeah,
shine.
the Robert Stone brand.
Yeah. And then she went to the main roster and immediately broke her wrist, which I can't even imagine how much that just sucks. Honestly, that like you make it all the way here and the first match that happens.
There you go. Your wrist is.
Oh God, I can't even imagine.
Yeah,
But
would have been like that. Imagine you actually was booked to win that match, and then you actually.
she was supposed to win that match, and that happened. That's just really unfortunate. I feel like.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh
Actually.
yeah. She definitely has options now. I mean, when she's ready to come back, and once the whole 90-day thing expires, she has again. She has options. She can go back. She can go. I mean, she was. If I recall correctly, she was at All Out. I mean, All In, right? Yeah, she was at All In. If I'm
I
not
think
mistaken.
so.
Yeah, she was in the Fatal 4-Way with Britt Baker, Tessa Blanchard, and whoever else was there. Those four were in that match. But she was the crazy like bride character, whatever that was. Yeah.
I saw something on Instagram that said that's gonna come back. Hopefully.
Yes. I mean, Zack Ryder's in Impact right now. Like that would probably be.
What's up with them?
That would be a very smart move. I think that'd be a really smart move for her to go there. Like again, she has options. All of these people have options, and like we'll see. We will see what they do. But yeah, Chelsea Green, I definitely think she can do a lot, and Impact I think could definitely use her as
Yeah.
well as Mickey James.
Yeah, I wish her the best, in her future endeavors. Like, hopefully she can go to another company like Impact or anywhere else that she can at least be a star in.
Yes.
Like
Oh.
instead, like better than getting a call while you're healing from injury.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Lucas.
So honestly, I agree with Nick. You had a run with the Stone brand, and you come up in the main roster and get injured just like that. Like that's honestly very terrible. That is definitely not the way to go out like that. But it is what it is. Injuries happen, people. That just happens. And I saw on Instagram that the Undead Bride's coming back. Wherever she goes, or the 90-day clause comes out, or anything like that. Honestly, I agree with Nick to go to Impact. I think that personally, it could work. I think that is a big signing for them. Maybe go against like Sue Young, maybe have the battle in the or anything like that. So maybe team up with Zack Ryder and a mixed tag team or whatever, or Macadona as I say now. But yeah, that's honestly I would do. So if I was Chelsea Green, I would say go wherever your husband is. And yeah, I mean it's shocking, but I feel like it could be for the best. So yeah.
Yeah. So how about Tucker? Tucker, one half of Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, that was a really interesting. That was a really interesting one for me. Like that was just completely dropped very quickly.
He was
He
good
was
on
a
NXT with
he was
Otis,
I mean
though.
he was a main fixture for like the longest time during that whole thing with Otis and Mandy Rose and Dolph Ziggler and the gang. That was like he was a major figure and all that. And then when he was feuding with The Miz and Morrison with the whole Money in the Bank thing. But yeah, they had him betray Otis, and I was really shocked that they didn't have like the rivalry match or whatever. The the freaking heavy machinery explodes. They didn't have that whole thing, which was pretty shocking to me. Like I thought that would be obviously be the next thing they would do. But yeah, they didn't go with that, and they just wrote him off TV with the whole with him having a match with Ricochet, and just then getting immediately killed by Retribution, and then we never saw him on TV again. Like that was really weird for me, just how quickly they just almost just threw him under the rug. Like I don't know what if any I don't. I'm not gonna speculate if anything happened backstage or not because I don't really think I'm in the position to do that. But like, I don't know. It's like usually they at least do something with them. They at least have like a rivalry or they do something for like a few weeks, and then maybe they'll like slowly sort of just phase them out. But like with Tucker, it was almost immediately gone, which is really shocking to me, especially with how much attention they put on Otis and all that entire summer. See, that was really intriguing for me, and especially for them to release him now. I'm very curious as to why they did that. Who knows? Who knows what the whole why that all happened? Maybe it's just they just literally had nothing for him. But
Probably not.
yeah. So
Most likely not.
I'm not sure what he's gonna do from here. Though. I don't know what you do from here if you're Tucker. I mean, he could go to like Impact or Ring of Honor. He could definitely do that. But like I could see him in Ring of Honor actually.
Yeah,
I could,
yeah.
or maybe he'll show up on AEW Dark or something. Like he could definitely go. He could definitely show up anywhere really. I mean, that's the case with quite a few of these guys and gals, but. Yeah. We'll have to see. Honestly, I'm very. Tucker's situation is kind of unique in that aspect for me.
Yeah, Tucker. That was interesting as well. Like he was great on NXT along with Otis.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Heavy Machinery was pretty good, but it is what it is when they like broke them up.
Yeah, they dropped the ball with him.
Yeah, and after that, I think that's when their career started going downhill.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm gonna go and go. Honestly,
Go
they honestly dropped the ball with Otis. Honestly, Otis.
Tucker.
Dropped the ball with Tucker. Thank you, Jason. But they legit dropped the ball with him. They should have done way much more with that heel turn. They made that shit out of nothing. Like
Yeah, they could have had at least a rivalry.
Exactly. You could have a rivalry with
to like have Otis get his revenge.
Exactly. You could have done that, and you had that for the next pay per view, whether it's gonna be like TLC or anything like that. But they honestly didn't or anything like that, which I'm pretty shocked about. So it's a one-time thing. But I'm gonna say Ring of Honor for Otis. No, Tucker. Damn, I'm thinking Otis for one. Damn it. Well, Otis, get out of here.
Oh Lord.
So I think Tucker's gonna go to a Ring of Honor. I think personally it could fit for him. Anywhere else, I honestly maybe Impact as well, but I think Ring of Honor could be a better fit. Like not like the big companies, but I feel like the mid companies right now kind of need that kind of thing and do something like interesting with them and do something like more like serious with them or anything like that. So that's how I would do personally.
Yeah. How about Kalisto?
Oh man, okay. I'll go ahead and go for this one.
Go ahead.
So Kalisto again. I think I saw him live. I saw him live once when I was in Greensboro. And honestly, he wasn't bad in the ring, in my opinion. Like, he wasn't bad. He botched a lot. And he just suffered from some color syndrome, just being botched or whatever, honestly. But honestly, though, personally, I think that they should have done way more Kalisto. Maybe have a heel turn on Lucha House Party, whatever, with that. Like, they could have done way more with that with Kalisto. They should have done way more 80 with these people, to be honest. Like, do something at least with Kalisto and have him doing his thing. Honestly, where he's going to go, I think somewhere in medical. I think maybe like CML or AAA or anything like that. I don't see him in AEW personally. Like the only match I can see him like excel in is Ray Phoenix. But they're both like really high flying or anything like that. Like
those two.
I can't imagine a match with them.
Yeah, I mean, like they'll both get matches in medical or anything like that, so they can have that in medical or anything like that. So
yeah,
that's all I would do personally for him to go to medical and go to CML and shine there, and maybe he meet up with Neil Andrade or anything like that. So you never know. You never know what Kalisa's going to do. I think that he'll going to excel more in the ring. I say first for Kalisa to get more training so you won't botch a lot, because that's what you've done.
I think he's definitely improved a lot more.
He has improved, but again, just in case, you know. Maybe Kalisto versus Mitsuko, or Kalisto, versus Sakari, anything like that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe, maybe if he's willing to the balls enough, maybe go where somewhere where I forgot what the company's called, but it's like a hardcore lucha company in Mexico or anything like that. I don't remember what the place is, but
AAA, their current world champion's Kenny Omega. So
I mean, yeah, you go out to Kenny Omega, beat him.
Go fight Omega for the AAA title. That'd be
yeah.
Yeah, you go out there. Kenny Omega's not really anything like Lucha Libre, so.
I mean, yeah, good lucha things. Let's go do that. Yeah.
So, go do that. Go do that.
good lucha things. Yeah. That one was another one that was kind of, I guess, surprising. Back in 2017, they were building him up almost as like the new face of the cruiserweight division. When friggin' Kurt Angle had him signed over to fight Enzo Amore, and then literally 15 days after winning the title, he immediately lost it, which was, I don't know, that was kind of weird for me. But yeah, I honestly wish he kind of had a longer reign with the title. I think he could have done really well for the cruiserweight division. Honestly, he's sort of a more established, like, cruiserweight who's been there for years and like fighting against newcomers. Really, I think that would have worked. But yeah, like he could have been almost like a sort of Rey Mysterio type figure. I feel like. But yeah, that didn't end up happening. And he ended up doing the whole thing with Lucha House Party. And yeah, not really much happened with that. Really, I mean, they did get shots at the titles every now and then, but yeah, and they were teasing a heel turn possibly for him along with them, but then that didn't really happen either. They just did a brand split and sort of ended anticlimactically. But yeah, again, there's definitely options for him. Like he could definitely go to AAA or CML, LL. Maybe he could go to Ring of Honor, or like again, he's one of those guys that can really. There's a ton of different places for him to go. Maybe he could go to New Japan and join their junior heavyweight division, and maybe fight like Romo Takahashi or freaking Bushi or El Desperado, freaking Taiji Ishimori. Like there's definitely options.
Or maybe not. No, I was gonna say Naja, but nah. I was gonna say Naja.
I mean, you could. I mean, I would love to see. I mean, if I ever see a Salida del Sol countered into a freaking Destino or whatever, that'd be sick as hell.
Would be. I mean, for anything, I'm a sucker for a Destino, so I'm a sucker for the.
Or they become a tag team and they do a Salida del Sol Destino combination at the same time. That'd be sick.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Fancy booking, baby.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna do that for the next fantasy book game. Kalisto's free agent. He's going to Japan, baby. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. So, why not talk about Mojo Rawley?
Huh.
Okay. So that one honestly is very interesting. Like I got a feeling that was gonna happen. Honestly, this one I'm not surprised about. Like personally, I just think that they're not gonna do anything with Mojo. Honestly.
Yeah, they weren't doing anything with him at all.
You could have done way more with his heel turn. You could have done way more.
He had potential.
Like he did have potential. He almost beat Seth Rollins. Come on now. He almost beat Seth in the championship thing, whatever the hell that was.
Yeah,
but,
he almost had it. Like
imagine
he was talented in the ring.
Exactly, and I think personally, I would say Impact for a while, but I do not know why. I don't know. Like it's one to see. You have so many options. It's tough. It's so tough to think about. I'm not gonna say AEW. I don't see it for some reason. I don't know why. I think Mojo would not fit well in that role or anything like that. I honestly think maybe we New Japan. Maybe you can use that heel and use that seriousness to actually do something with that. Maybe bring that brutality to somebody that needs that over there. Maybe never know. Maybe you know, maybe he can surprise us. Maybe he can come back and then, he could be a champion or whatever like that. But you could have way more Mojo or anything like that. But they wasted him just from right then and there. Just personally, they just waste him right then and there. So I'm very, sad about that. But maybe go to Ring, maybe do Ring of Honor, maybe New Japan or anything like that, or maybe Unite with the Hype Bros. But I don't see it happening yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, the Mojo was a very interesting one. I mean, like he definitely. I don't know if they really ever were going to have big plans for him in the long term. I mean, I think they would have done something with him and Gronkowski if he didn't go and leave to join the Buccaneers. But yeah, like quite a few times, I think they tried to do something with him, like when he broke up with Zack Ryder as the Hype Bros, when he was having that sort of he won the Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royal and he fought Jinder Mahal those few times. And yeah, when he had what the hell was his name? Shoot. He was 24/7 champion and he was on like friggin' Raw Underground. Yeah, I shoot, I cannot remember his name, but like he was like his quarterback or whatever. Like he was supposed to be like his line guard or something like that, like some football term, and like sort of having them as sort of a mini faction. But that they just had them turn on each other within a few days. Hmm? Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you do. I don't know what Mojo is going to do next. I mean, is he going to go to Impact? Is he going to be with Matt Cardona? I don't know. He's another case that like really anything's possible with him. Like I mean, I don't see him really going to New Japan or probably I'm not sure about AEW, but like he could definitely show up somewhere. It's definitely a very unique case for him. Or maybe he'll join the NFL. Who knows? He has connections and he has options. So we shall see. We shall see, folks. People.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish him the best. Like, hopefully he goes somewhere else. Like I keep saying this entire episode, like where he can like shine. Same goes for Kalisto and Tucker. But yeah, like you want to talk about Bo Dallas and Wesley Blake?
Bo Dallas. I'll talk about Bo Dallas actually. Okay, so first of all, you is a guy that would just have like a 14 or 15 undefeated streak. He went 14 in both, basically. And he was shining as NXT champion around that time. We had matches with Neville or maybe I think it was if I'm not. And you were shining anything like that. You were just doing your thing as basically the gang is trying to make people believe. But you have to wait more with that. And then he shined again with the Miz drop. The Miz elevated him, and you could have wait more with that. Like they did good with him as a manager, like the other managers and I thought that they did good with that as well. In my opinion, making the Miz, as a star, in my opinion. And then you wasted him with the B team, and you did nothing after that. Hell, you could have done with the burnt theme and actually the regular theme. Have Bo Dallas as the burnt fiend, the imposter fiend, and then have the Bray Wyatt as the prayer fiend, or bring the Kane versus Kane vibe. Remember that?
Yeah.
Kane versus Kane vibe, imposter Kane versus real Kane. That could have been something. Or that, and have Bliss, being the centerpiece or anything like that.
Yeah, Undertaker versus
or anything like that, doing
yeah,
something like that or whatever.
like
But
Undertaker versus Underfaker.
Mhm.
yeah, that one too, Taker versus Taker. But I think Bo Dallas, this is another good one. I'm gonna say this. I don't know why, but I got a feeling they go to AEW. I don't know why, but I just got a feeling.
Yeah, like the guy's definitely talented. I think his NXT days really showed that. And yeah, I think like going to another company will definitely prove that. Just like how you saw it with like Moxley and with John Huber. But yeah, I was among a lot of people that were kind of they didn't really ever introduce him to the whole Fiend storyline and whatever. And there were initial rumors that he would be a part of it. Nothing ever came to fruition really with that. And like he's been off TV for like the longest time. I think when was the last time he was on TV? It had to have been like
A
more
long
more
time
than
ago.
it's been more than a year since he's been on TV. Almost, I feel like it's almost been
Yeah,
2
he's
years.
been on catering since.
Yeah, like he's been just gone. But it's definitely um again like he's definitely a very talented guy and it's definitely again he can definitely go somewhere like AW and I think he's gonna fit right in really. Or maybe he'll go to like Ring of Honor. I could see him doing some work over there. Honestly, I think he's a really good wrestler, and maybe he'll go and do some stuff over there. And who knows? Maybe he'll become Ring of Honor champion as like freaking whatever name he'll take. Because I'm pretty sure he'll take what was his name? Rotunda, right? Yeah, Rotunda. Whatever, something Rotunda. He'll probably go as, and he'll probably absolutely kill it. Yeah, that one was another one that kind of confused me because he definitely had a few opportunities I think to use him, and nothing ever really happened. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. How about Wesley Blake?
Huh.
Uh,
Uh,
don't know about.
well, this one was like this was just a really weird series. He's obviously, he's sort of doing stuff down in NXT with Riker and Brandon Cutler with the whole Forgotten Sons thing. And I was actually getting some traction. Uh, and then they went to the main roster, and it looks like they were going to push them to the freaking moon as the tag team champions. And they had that fatal four-way match in Money in the Bank. But then Jackson Riker's tweets came up, and yeah, that really didn't end well for the group. Well,
Yeah, the Forgotten Sons.
yeah, well, not really.
I
Considering,
forgot. Like I remember they got called up to SmackDown back at the Performance Center
yeah, they
days.
got called up to they got called up to SmackDown. Like I think like the first SmackDown after WrestleMania, they had the tag title match, and then Jackson Riker's tweets came up, and then for some reason he's the only one of the group still employed, which is like that's not how that was supposed to go.
Yeah.
Like if things went
The
right with
Forgotten
it.
Sons went downhill.
Yeah, like I find that surprising that the guy that had the initial controversy is still the one that's employed. That's really weird for me. Uh, but like yeah, and then what? Him and Cutler became Baron Corbin's knights for like 3 weeks, and then Cutler freaking got COVID and like almost spread to the entire locker room, and Vince fired him, and then Blake did absolutely nothing, and then he got fired as well. Like so that was another like really weird one that like just and nothing happened
That was
in
like a
the end.
random one to me too.
Yeah, like that was just a downward spiral really. But yeah, I guess it was. I feel like it was gonna happen. Like, is there? It was in their name really. That like ultimately, I don't think the group was destined to uh truly just stay together. Really, I don't think it was going. I don't think it was meant to be. I think Vince always sort of had more plans for Riker, really, and I think him still being with the company proves that. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yes. Yes, so Lucas, you have anything?
No.
So I guess we pretty much went through everybody.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So honestly, like we wish them the best. Like I won't mind where any of them go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like Impact, AEW, New Japan. Who knows?
Yeah,
We'll see in the next few weeks or months.
yeah. Well, we'll have to wait for the 90-day.
Then I think that ends around like July.
Yeah, July. So like peak summer activity just before the big pay-per-views all out, SummerSlam and whatever other pay-per-views that they have. So like yeah, that'd be a really good time for a few of them to like start going.
So yeah, I think it's time for the outro. So
Yeah.
thanks for checking out this episode of the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast, where we had a look at all the releases and make predictions on their futures. Hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe to here and the Moshcast. Stay tuned for next week and the 1 year anniversary. So
Yep.
thank you everybody, and Lucas, go ahead.
Yes, thank you guys for having me on this episode. Just another sad day as us wrestling fans. We know it is what it is. So yeah, all I gotta say. See you next week. Just do not do stupid things. Do not jump off roofs or anything like that. Do not become Mick Foley, please. We want you still alive. So yeah.
Well, I mean, Mick Foley is still alive, so I mean, maybe that is the secret to life.
But you know what I mean. Don't you undertake Mick Foley off the Hell in a Cell.
Mick Foley's still around. I mean, maybe that is the elixir of life. Maybe that is how you just bring it for yourself through friggin' thumbtacks all the time, and you become immune. Here you go. He's figured it out. Yeah, exactly.
But for real though, people, do not listen to Nate. Do not listen to Nick.
Never listen to anything I say. You will regret it
exactly. Do not listen to Nick. Listen to me. Do not do what Mick Foley did a Hell in a Cell.
I am the devil's advocate after all. Yeah. All right.
So go ahead, Nick, end it off.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for listening to this little I guess news update, if you'd like to call it that. I mean, I'm sure
news update. Yeah.
Yeah, we bring you the news 15 days after it happens. Maybe I'm pretty sure most of you have already heard all this. But yeah, thanks for listening to our takes on it. And if you want to leave a comment about what your take on all this is and what you think will happen in the future, you very well can do that. Leave a like, subscribe to the Moshcast as well. That's where these two wonderful gentlemen review music with a bunch of other people and do stuff like that. Make sure you follow everybody on social media and whatever to look at whatever the hell they're doing, because I don't have social media and I don't know what anybody else is doing. So, then just stay safe, wash your hands, freaking get the vaccine, help us get this whole freaking pandemic over with,
please.
So we can start having more WrestleManias with rain delays going on. So
yes.
Yeah, we all live for that. We want more of Samoa Joe wearing a poncho with Michael Cole.
Samoa Joe wearing a poncho, yeah.
Let's get it. All right. So yeah, thank you all for watching and stay safe. Have a great day.
All right.
Yes. All right, everybody. See you on Friday. Bye-bye.
Bye.